Hello. All right. So, hello. First of all, so today, we are going to be playing the Ratline, which it's a puzzle, like a deduction game, where you are tasked with tracking down Nazis that fled to South America. As you can tell by the stream title, it's actually impossible to make any comparisons to modern day events or persons, potential future plans or ideas they may be having. Um, anyway, so I'm just gonna get into the game. Give me half a tick to switch over. All right. Yep. My stream setup is bad right now, so I did have to have the game muted while my little pre-show thing was happening. But now we're in. I tested the game audio, and I think it's at a decent level. Let me know if it's... Yeah, I know there's a dog slider. I have it up a little bit. Since it's audio, I assume that means there's going to be a dog barking, and this is so you don't get jump scared by it. So it's a little quiet, but they're dog slider. Like I was saying, I think I have the audio at a good level. Just let me know if it's too loud or too quiet. We'll see. All right, so let's get into it. I know basically nothing about this game beyond the basic premise, but I'm very excited to play it. I enjoy puzzles, I enjoy mysteries, and I am very much in favor of hunting down Nazis. So let's go. Music rocks, though. Sorry that had to happen to your father. Happy Easter. That is a lot of, just in history, a lot of the the Nazis who fled were aided by the clergy. So I imagine that's going to play a part here. There's the dog.
Mr. Perlman?
No, thank you, Mrs. Mahler.
Soon, boy. Soon. Just one last case.
That's what they always say. One. Like I said, that's what they always say. Okay. It seems I am in the game now. Alright. Goals. Navigate left and right using arrow keys or WASD. You can also click on the sides to pan. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Gotcha. Whee! Open evidence. Go back to your board. Click on any piece of pinned evidence to open it. The evidence. Okay. You sign a name. Click on the first name or surname tab on a target. Search a name and drag it to the character. And you can assign photos too. Okay. Okay, can I... Alright. I gotta like kind of lean in. I wish I could like bump the contrast on this. Hi Saul, my regards from the Garden State. Looking for your help picking out a wanted fugitive. Bill Campbell is a fraudster and identity thief. He likes to move towns regularly, reinventing himself. My suspicion is that his new alias will hold up to casual usage, but he probably needs to use his real name for other things, financial, legal. Look out for any evidence that leads you to him. Could you pick out his new alias, first and last names, plus his current location? My best, Dan. All right. Oh, I can scale it up. That's actually, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So I'm looking for someone named Bill Campbell. That's this guy. This is the target. Okay, we got a picture of this fella. Interesting. You have... Okay. This fella does not look trustworthy, I'll tell you that right now. You can click on the dude in the back. Okay. 2 kids. 2. Okay. Okay. You can drag headshots from this photo to identify targets. Gotcha. Okay. Local bus tour is a hit. Since hitting the road earlier this year, Camden Bus Tours has been steering visitors through the sights and stories of our fair city. Camden, New Jersey? I don't know that there's gonna be much there to see. I'm blown away by how many folks are hopping on, says proud owner and sole tour leader, Peter Giacometti. Okay, so we know who that guy is. Business is booming enough to get a mink coat for the wife, a unique watch for his son, and fixes to the old bus. They even received a special visit from their sponsor, keen to inspect the side of the bus and take a photo. Clearly, the tour is a smash. I loved every minute of it, said local pawnbroker and friend from neighboring burb, Collingswood, R. Green. Me and Mrs. Green can't wait to come again. Tour bookings, please call Peter. And then there's a phone number. Okay. Alright, so I would like to... Evidence journal. Is this... Oh, hello. Okay. You must identify the following likeness, pseudonyms, first and last names, and their current location. Okay, so it's... You're kind of doing an Oberdin. Right. Oh, there's a battleship in Camden. Okay. Oh, is that... Okay. Okay. But still, you can't take a bus to a battleship, isn't it in the water? Unless it's like those duck boats they've got here. You can lose any likeness regardless of their age. Battleship New Jersey. That's a really uncreative name. I'm not taking back anything I've said. You know my feelings on the state of New Jersey. It's docked. It's still in the water! Alright. Okay. So this guy we know is Peter. More name. Hang on. Peter Giacometti. Peter, surname. Yep, Giacometti. Okay, he's not our, like, suspect, I don't think, though. Okay. Item. Okay, this is... Okay, so this is a couple here that's in the photo. Those two. Rose Street down in Amsterdam. Hoffman Diamonds and Pawn. Roger Green, Managing Director. Item listing, Child's Watch. Seiko owner, Lee Campbell. Bill Campbell. Okay. 414. I have a notebook and pen in front of me. One of these days I'm gonna upgrade my whole situation and I'm gonna have a little pen and paper cam or get a drawing tablet or something. Or what? I wrote, that's not the right number. 4, 5, 1, 5, 6, 4, 3, 7. 5. That's missing a number. It's probably fine. Oh, and there's a ring back there. Okay. So Bill Campbell is pawning a child's watch. I feel like this little bit is just telling me that it's this guy, but like I don't know that for sure. Can I go back? Yeah. I've got a safe, I've got a window, I've got a radio. A bee. Oh! I got an achievement for petting my dog. Yes. Game of the year. Okay. First name or surname on target. Search my name and drag it to the character. Okay. A special visit from their sponsor came to inspect the side of the bus and take a photo. That's such a bizarre little detail. Me and Mrs. Green can't wait to come again. Roger Green, Hoffman, Diamonds, and Pawn. So I'm guessing those are the Greens. So, and that guy's the dude who runs the company. So I think that does leave this guy or this guy. He's pawning a child's watch. He has a child with him here, but does that... It doesn't seem like... Did he steal it from the child? Like, to pawn? Like, Seiko's are, like, nice watches. So... Street Gallery in Amsterdam. Okay. I'm gonna say it's this guy at the back. I don't fucking know. But then what's his new name? The Greens are from Collingswood. So, I think he's in Collingswood. That would make sense. Okay. That's Peter Giacometti. I don't like his expression, though. A unique watch for his son. So he... Hang on. So that's his son. And... This is the couple that owns the pawn shop. This is the watch that this guy is buying for his son. I guess this is the sponsor that is taking a picture of the side of the bus? A fraudster and identity thief. He likes to move towns regularly. can change the like radio station. It's cool. And there's nothing on that side. Okay. So everything I need should be here. This feels like too much of a hint. Like, mink coat for the wife, a unique watch for his son, and fixes to the old bus. Special visit from their sponsor. King goes from the side of the bus. Take a photo. Local pawnbroker and friend. So they're buds. I mean, I'm guessing. I'm just gonna try do this guy. Oh. Hint. You could use these hints to find new evidence or conversations. Click again. Next hint gives answer. The last answer will give you the precise solution of how to find it. You can now exit. Okay. Press and hold the question mark next to target to get informational hints. Okay. This exemplar, click for actual hints. Okay. Bill runs the bus company. Oh. So no, it is this guy. Yeah. Yeah? Yay! Okay. Wait. Open the glossary using the tab button. Set. Okay. That's escape, not tab. That's on me. Okay. Overview controls. Using documents, finding information. I've got a Rolodex. Okay. Click on any business to bring up the phone and start a call. While you could attempt to call any business, not all will be reachable. Any resulting conversation will be recorded in the transcripts. Okay. Conversations may yield new pieces of evidence which will appear either in the same folder or directly on your board, depending on relevance. Ooh, there's a library. You can look up documents at the New York Public Library. Hey, I used to work there. You can open up any document by clicking on the document icon on the right-hand side of its listing. Okay, using documents. In the dossier, click on documents button to the right of evidence or transcript. I don't think I've gotten to dossiers yet. Close, pinning evidence. The pin button at the top of the piece of evidence. If it's a transcript, it'll be pinned in the transcript area to the far left of the board. If it's evidence, it'll be pinned to the board as long as there's space. To remove a piece of pinned evidence, click the X button in the top right corner of the item, the board. You can resize things. To snap evidence, press and release shift. Yeah. Okay. Controls. Yeah. And overview. Okie dokie. And complete your first case. Is there like a button I press to be like, hey, I did it? Or... Oh. So did I get it? I don't... Character specific hint. I think I'm good. How do I, like, submit? There are 2 or fewer errors. Okay. So I don't have it. Okay. Okay. So that says from neighboring burb Collingswood. Make coat for the wife, watch for the son. Yeah, that he then is pawning. Wait, I thought it said proud owner and sole tour leader. So yeah, that should be this guy, right? He's got a lanyard on. I can hear the dog snoring. I think that's what the dog slider was about. I don't... Bill runs the bus company. Yeah. Oh, come on. Company location is mentioned in the bus tour article. Is it Camden rather than Collingswood? Yeah, okay. I overthought it, apparently. Classic. Classic Sarah. Alright, track down Bill Campbell. Campbell? Who? What? Okay. Bill Campbell in Camden, New Jersey. He's been running bus tours under the name of Peter Giacometti. Seems like the tours haven't been doing all that well as he's been pawning items, including his son's watch. Man will breathe. Looking forward to working again, sending my bills separately. Alright. Call it a day. Hello? I'm so smart, I could guess that before he even said it. Is this Perlman? It's 3 in the goddamn morning, that's what it is. I am not joking, Mr. Perlman. Yeah, nor am I, buddy. What do you want? Mr. Perlman, may I ask, what does the Ratline mean to you? The Ratline? Never heard of it. Sounds like a pest thing. How about Bishop Tura? Huh? You have an article about him on your wall. Did you know that Bishop Tura was a former member of the Nazi Party? Hang on one second. Get back to that bit about you spying on me. Who are you? He wrote extensively about how the Catholic Church and National Socialists could become allies. Later, he put his words into action. Yeah, that's true. I know it, especially with the, it's Sarah, real history, digression. The Catholic Church was especially tied, to getting members of the Ustasha, to South America, which was Croatia, I believe. Croatia's, collaborating, government, or their, like, military branch of it. And they were, like regarded as, like, really bad, even by, like, Nazi, like, SS standards. Anyway. How so? Bishop Tura was in the business of human cargo. On the night of his death, he had on him a list of Nazis he smuggled out of Italy after the war. Yeah, there were routes that kind of bounced them to a handful of places, in Europe. I think a lot of them ended up, like, leaving Europe from the Netherlands, is how it, like, ended up, like, panning out. But it was, like, a whole thing. See, it doesn't help that there's a novel that I literally finished reading today that, one of the main characters, it's a villain protagonist situation, to clarify, had escaped Germany by like, I think he went first to Italy and then to India and then to Florida. He was a Nazi doctor. Good book, Orpheus Builds a Girl. Highly recommend. Anyway. A list. That's what the Ratline is, a passage to freedom for the perpetrators of human misery. Truro was a key helper. How did he manage that? He used his influence. Yeah, I preempted the exposition. I'm sorry. He used his influence to remove them from prison, hid them in his monastery, secured documents, and arranged transport. Capable guy. What does this have to do with me? Mr. Perlman, I must be brief. We have a list, but we need an outside source to help us. You are well known as a top sleuth. Buddy, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but do you want to go after them, Mr. Perlman? These Nazis? These killers? Many of them live comfortably, growing old and fat. They believe they're beyond our reach. And this may be our last chance. We'll start feeding you names. With each case, you'll receive a dossier. When you're done with one, the next will follow. This continues until they're all found. Hey, just a second. Wait, you know, we can do a retainer. This won't be cheap, but I can work something out. Good night, Mr. Perlman. Await our contact. All right. Alright, case number 2. Or chapter 2, maybe? Marathon Men. Isn't that game people are playing right now? But Alright. Some documents can be flipped. Click on the arrow to see what's underneath. This will open as a separate window for comparison. Call your contact Diego. Open the Rolodex on your desk and call Diego Rodrigo. Okay. Look at my thing first. We got Ralph Schultz and Fritz Schultz. Brothers? Mr. Perlman, this is your first case. The Schultz brothers. Wanted since '49, it is believed that they fled initially to Sevilla and then on to South America. It is possible they are not anymore identifying as brothers, but as some other close family relatives. We have contacted an associate in Buenos Aires to assist you. His name is Diego Rodrigo. Best of luck. Alright. Got these cheerful fellas. And dear Friedrich, I heard you are shipping out tomorrow my undying love for my 2 blessed boys. Please make sure you and your brothers shave your beards before then. You must be the only men in your unit who look so slovenly. Also tell Ralphie to wash his face daily to stop infection. The dental exam results came back. I am so proud. When the war is over, you can follow in Ralphie's footsteps. So Ralphie has some sort of injury on his face. So that's this guy, and so that must be Fritz. Okay. That's Ralph, and then this is Fritz. Boom. Alright, let's call Diego. Retreat. Hey, that's another game I want to play. The Retreats are dead. Anyway, it's gonna be by his first name, isn't it? Yeah. He's a tailor. Hey, man. Oh, I gotta type it in. Damn. Okay. 091. Three, 4, 2, 900. Hello, is this Diego? It is. A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Perlman. Is it? Okay, everyone knows but me. Yes, it is. I believe you've been looking into the Schultz brothers? I have. My brief was to look for German dentists in Buenos Aires. I don't mean to alarm you, but there are a lot of them. Yeah, I've really had my filling. Hey! I like Diego. Haha! Me too, brother. I see. It's a little joke, you see. Oh my god. No, I get it. Anyway, I have one promising candidate, a Dr. Schmidt. What can I help you with? Does he have any distinguishing marks? Apart from the beard, no, I don't think so. Any family? He speaks fondly of his older cousin in Canada. Okay. Canada. And B. A. Alright. Apparently his older cousin pioneered a rather celebrated new technique called an oronectomy. Dr. Schmidt also claims to have played a role. Do you know much about it? Me? No, but Nico, a charming fellow patient visiting from Paraguay, spoke highly of the same procedure he had with Dr. Schmidt last January. So how are we going to track his cousin, a dentist in North America? Dentists in Canada need to conform to national certification, so he'll likely have retrained. I'd suggest speaking to the National Dental School and taking it from there. Okay. Thanks, Diego. And just tell me about him. What's his vibe? So they're both dentists. Okay. Dr. Schmidt is a practicing dentist of some renown in Buenos Aires. I should know because I've become his patient. He's quite chatty in between sessions with the drill and pliers. Do you know Schmidt's first name? I have not been able to discover it. He has no certificates in his office. Highly suspect, if you ask me. I've never encountered a dentist who didn't want to parade his honors. That's it. Thanks, ma'am. My pleasure. I appreciate your war on dentists. The gums of nothing, if you will. I love Diego. Buen dia. Diego. That's not quite... Unless they say it differently in Argentina. I don't know. New evidence revealed. Alright, and there's a transcript. Okay. Current patient list. Okay. Is a Nico. Nico Schroeder, oronectomy 38. Okay. Nico Schroeder, which is... Schroeder's a German name, but Nico is like a... That's like Greek. Flip a document, some documents can be flipped. Okay. Is it this? Oh, okay. Oh, no, that got pinned. Okay, cool. This? No. Okay. So, Ralph is the older one. So, let's go back to the transcript. His older cousin is in Canada. So, Ralph is the one in Canada. And one in Buenos Aires is Fritz. And he's going by Schmidt. Alright. And he's in Buenos Aires. Okay. And all we have is the country for the other one, so that's annoying. Okay. Which one could be flipped? Is it the photo? Safe passage assured. B. There is... Hang on. Interesting. So both of the Schultz boys have the half circle. These guys have the triangles, and the center guy has a square. That might be useful. I'm not sure how just yet. Okay. You said I should talk to Nico? Charming fellow patient visiting from Paraguay spoke highly of the same procedure he had with Dr. Schmidt last January. So I need to track him down, and it was Nico Schroeder. Okay. I mean, I doubt I'm gonna have him in my Rolodex, but I'll check. No. He's from Paraguay. Why would I have his number? Let me check S just in case there's like Schroeder or something. But no. Sevilla Optic. He said to call the Canadian Board of Optometry or Dentistry. The procedure starting with an O is making my brain go. Eye doctor. Incorrect. Alright, let's call these guys. It's 305 433 196. Call. Canadian Dental Organization, provider of top-notch instruction from coast to toothy coast. Awful. Hello, who am I speaking with? This is Natalia. I'm the senior administrator of the CDO and Dr. Schaefer's personal assistant. That's a German name. How can I help? Natalia, I'm looking for a passing acquaintance I met in Buenos Aires. A German dentist working in Canada. Sure. You're a dentist yourself? I am not. Sorry, my name's Saul Perlman. Superman? Ah, oh, fuck. No, Saul Perlman. Sorry to disappoint. I'm afraid we've had many Germans pass through our esteemed halls. I cannot necessarily help you. Anything else I can help you with? Tell me about the oronectomy. The oronectomy is a groundbreaking procedure in humane cavity replacement invented right here in Canada. It's a little technical, but you take a drill and put it deep into the ground. Ugh. Typically, it's done in 2 stages, a year apart to allow for regrowth. Who invented this work? Well, I can't give you direct info on our members, but there was an exciting conference in Montreal recently that honored the creators. I'll send you some materials once we're off the call. I'll also tell Dirk you were asking about his work. Dirk! Thanks. In fact, there was another doctor there from Buenos Aires. Perhaps you know him, although I'm forgetting the name. What about you, Natalia? What's your story? Truthfully, I want to be a folk singer. Do you listen to folk music? You mean Bob Dylan, Neil Young? Oh no, that's far too commercial. I do a lot of traditional Canadian working songs. Hell yeah, Natalia! We got a little commune out of this town. This pays the bills. I love it. I also sing a lot about the danger of candy. For kids, mostly. If you want to know what it can do to teeth, you should talk to my friend Beth at the Five Pieces place. The horrors. I haven't had those in years. Tell me about the CDO. We're headed up by Dr. Herring. It's not a German name. He's out right now. The CDO trains and certifies all dentists who want to work in Canada. We work with a variety of student dentists, as well as mature expatriates who want to work here. Where do your expatriates come from? Oh, everywhere. England, France, Argentina. Lots of South Americans, though very few of them native. Thanks. Many thanks, Natalia, for the tooth and nothing but the tooth. Very nice! You have a good day, sir. I love Natalia. Okay. Oh, new evidence. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Ooh! Oh, yeah, because she sent me the things. All right, dental innovator, 1971. Okay, and that's probably the brother back there then. Okay. Let me go back here. Oh, the key speakers. Okay, give me 1 sec. So I put it down that Ralph is the one in Canada. So yep, that tracks. And this being the brother. Okay. Was this not the dude in the bus photo? Interesting. I like this guy. I like his energy. Anyway. A key speakers. This year's key speakers covered a wide range of subjects, including emerging technologies in root canal by Emerson, brace yourself, orthodontistry in the age of bubblegum by Irving, and challenges in British dentistry by Forsyth. Classic British name. This year's grand prize went to Dr. Muller for his work on the oronectomy procedure. Flying in late from his surgery in Toronto for the photo op, the esteemed Dr. Muller shared a few choice words. I couldn't have done it without my brilliant cousin, Alex. Okay. So we've got Dirk Muller is... Okay, give me... Where's the... Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Oh. And he is in... His surgery is in Toronto. Alright. And then the other brother is going by Alex. Alex Schmidt in Buenos Aires. Alright. Yeah! Found the two dentists, Ralph and Fritz. Ralph is a highly decorated? Yeah, dentist living and working in Toronto under the name Dirk Muller. He pioneered a procedure called the oronectomy, for which he has received significant acclaim. His younger brother goes by Alex Schmidt. He lives in Buenos Aires. Best soul. Alright. Cool. Number 3. The French collection. Okay. Access the library archives! Yeah, let's go. Your search tool can now search the New York Public Records Library. Open the library tab in the search tool. Search for documents. Okay. Nice. Alright, who do I got? Fisher, Hoffman, and Schlosser. Okie dokie. Got our evidence here. Mr. Perlman. We are now on the trail of Annalise Hoffman and her lackeys, Helmut Schlosser and Wolfgang Fischer. The daughter of a wealthy and well-connected family, she is a target of utmost importance. We've secured you access to the archives, a wealth of searchable documents that may aid your investigation. Our regards. Okay. Got a picture. These people. I'm gonna assume that that's Annalise, but I don't know that for sure. Okay. Pelico and partners. Siegfried this way up. Boom, boom. Again with this bald man. He's got to be important. Okay. A-H on that. There's the priest. S-H-W-F. I am writing that down. Okay. So inverted triangle. S-H. Upright triangle. A-H. Rectangle. W-F. Say passions are serving. Blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. New identities assigned. Okay. Interesting. So this D person is the person running the Ratline, essentially. Okay. Interesting. Unless that's HS and it's upside down. That could happen. Okay. I'll come back. Yeah, if it's HS upside down, that's Helmut Schlosser. Okay. That's not a lot of info, actually. Okay, I'm gonna say Pelico and Partners is... No, not on the radio. P... Yeah! Okay. 416 407 152. Call. Damn. Hello, Georges Martinique of Pelico and I'm not gonna do a French accent. I don't know why that was my instinct. Hello, my name is Saul Perlman. I've received a document regarding the Hoffman family with your law firm's stamp on it. Yes, wait one moment. Door shutting. Okay. What do the symbols mean? Part of the photo contains coded symbols. I can't help with that, but you should have a look in some archives for anything you've seen in the picture. Plus, check if you've seen these symbols before. Yeah, there were those same ones on the previous one. Why do you have this photo? Mr. Perlman, do you know what a private archive is? No. Say there's a very rich family, for example, the Hoffmans. They might wish to have a place to store the enormous amounts of documentation stemming from their personal affairs. Somewhere confidential. So it can't be found easily. Exactly. Proof of business malfeasance? Sometimes, but also more personal affairs. Fallouts, illegitimate children, drug problems, identities. I'm struggling to follow. My apologies. Pelico and Partners represented the Hoffman's business until we were ousted in a recent corporate restructure. We also served as a personal archive. Do you know where the bodies are buried? Exactly. That photo is from the secure archive. It was deposited there many years ago. The reason you have it is certain partners, myself included, feel that more light should be shed on the Hoffman family's broader activities. What are those broader activities? For example, the Hoffmans run cafes, restaurants, stores. I've met a number of their regional directors. They have surnames like Rodrigo, Savelli, Giraud. What do you think their accents are? German? You are smart! They all have strong German or Austrian accents and are roughly 50 to 60 years old. You think the Hoffmans are hiding people inside their companies? I do. Including family members. That I couldn't say. What was the restructure about? I think there was a big scandal. I heard little and it was all covered up quickly. After that, a lot of people were moved around and we were cut off. What can you tell me about the Hoffmans? Very rich Swiss-Austrian family. father Franz and mother Elizabeth, one daughter, Annalise. What did you say they run? They specialize in food and drinks. They have restaurants and stores all over Europe. Touristy, popular with Americans. I'm American. And I apologize for that. Damn. The average French person talking to an American, honestly. Is that all their business interests? I believe they've recently started a US chain of pawnbrokers and discount stores. Grubby stuff. How about Annalise specifically? She was the joy of the Hoffmans. A ski champion, concert pianist, ballerina. Not a particularly nice person, though. How? How do you say she treated people like property? What was the state of her marriage? Tempestuous, to say the least. What about Schlosser and Fischer? Helmut Schlosser was high up in the Austrian command chain. Very tall and handsome man. He was also vain and cruel, capable of days-long rages. Alright, Helmut Schlosser is tall. Writing that down. So not your typical Nazi, then. Very good. There are stories in the archives of him beating up his servants, kicking his dogs, all qualities that endeared him to high military command. And Fischer? Fischer is a murkier figure. He was a close friend of Schlosser, but less so with the Hoffmans. He wasn't at Annalise and Helmut's wedding, for example. Okay. If he was deeply in love with Annalise, I've gleaned from some letters that this was, to some extent, mutual. They were lovers? That I cannot say. Alright, that's all. Thank you. A pleasure to speak to you, Mr. Perlman. I'm going to send you a few things to look at. I hope they help. That's great. Take care. Alright. Got new evidence. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Oh my god, that's... Okay, so there's a lot going on. Okay, let me exit out of these guys. So this is a code. It's got the teapot. Okay, mother knows your other love. Okay. So mom knows. From Ava. Dearest Annalise, I'm sorry to hear about Helmi. We can handle arrangements, but you need to leave Europe as soon as possible. We have a new opportunity that could provide you some cover. The first name, however, will have to stay. Please take care. Okay, so Annalise is still Annalise. Your cousin, the young Master Kunst, inquired after you. He's terribly fond. What a shame this all is. Okay. Hoffman Enterprises corporate structure. Okay, I can probably call some of those. And this. Interesting. So that's Helmut. And that's Annalise. Fischer is not at the wedding. Okay. That is interesting. Got a injury or birthmark or something. Okay. First name will have to stay. So she's still Annalise. Can I? No? Interesting that I can't do that yet. Okay, whatever. FHSRG. Safe passage assured. New identities assigned. This fucking guy. Hey. Is that maybe a daughter? Wait, Hoffman Enterprises. E and F Hoffman. Daniel. David Fairview. Daniel Ferrer. Ruben Gomez. Shiro, Simon. Okay. Helen Smith and John Smith is troubling. Roger Green. We know a Roger Green, don't we? Ronaldo Shabasi. Okay. Which one of two? Okay. Me actually. Hoffman times one. The Smith ones I find troubling. Something happened to Helmet, though. Cousin, the young of Master Kunst. Terribly fond of what a shame this all is. So that is definitely HS there. WF is probably Wolfgang Fischer. Should probably call someone. Let's see. Rolodex. Hoffman Auctions. I'll give it a shot. 2, 6, 2. 6, 4, 1. 8, 6, 4. Oh! Dial a number and get no response. Okay. Huh. Go back to the copper kettle. Anything? No way would there be. Oh. All those perfect peppers. Like. Cafe Rose. No. Cafe 4. Oh, I got Cafe 405. Run by a John Smith. Not picking up. Okay. got a pasta perfecto. Nah. Hop tomatoes. Jesus age. Crusty loaf. Nope. The dog snoring kills me. Let's search for. Oh, fuck me. It's because I was spelling Annalise wrong. Apparently not. Alright. Okay. Nope. Search the name Hoffman. Corporate restructuring. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Happens to the best of us. So, several owners switched around. Okay. As of 1970, but now it's 1971. So. Bread. Whoever had a bread-based crusty loaf, Roger Green, now has the diamonds in pawn. Yep. Pretzel Shack, Dietrich Faust now is at this mountain. What is that? The mountaintop? Is that what that one is? I don't know what else that one would be. That's Dietrich Faust. The Big Cheese, Hortense Simon, is now at what is that one? House of Olives, that's what it is. This pig one is Hungry Pig. So this Rupert Grunwald is now at the Top Tomatoes in Dublin. And this lamp one, the Lamplight Larder's Helen Smith, is also at the Diamonds and Pawn. Okay. Interesting. What about this? Employee found dead in Dublin. The body of David Fairview in Grange Park. Detectives say Fairview sustained multiple stab wounds and bore defensive injuries consistent with a violent struggle. Forensic officers also believe the body may have been moved after the attack. Investigators are now appealing for information on a tall, blonde woman in her early 50s who was seen in the area with a male companion around the time of the incident. Anyone with information is asked to contact Ballymun Garda Station. Alright, so that's Annalise. That's helmet. That's... I thought the thing said he wasn't at the wedding, but that guy is in the wedding picture. Is that not him? Photo recovered from the... I mean, that's gotta be, like, him. So I've got that. There's no names tied to them yet. Okay. Unless that's him. Unless he's David Fairview. Or unless... Male companion. Okay. We'll see. Okie dokie. What's going on here? I'm gonna assume that that's Annalise. Is that a daughter? A sister? Dear Anna. Ava! That must be Ava. My mother says she already knows that I need to understand about those remains, discuss polite circles and other intellectual things that it's... Right, because this was the mother knows about your other love. Okay. So I need to call Hoffman Diamonds and Pawn. Roger Green and Helen Smith. Because Roger Green was in that first thing. No. It's still raining. Current location. That was from... when? Right, yeah, that's, these guys. Oh! You know? There. Of Annalise and friend. Restructure. So 2 of them have gone to Diamond and Pawn, so I'm gonna assume that that's the couple. Yet it doesn't say that it's gonna be US. First name, however, will have to stay. Consider her your cousin. Interesting. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, this one. It is Hoffman's Pawn. Roger Green, managing director. Rose Street Gallery in Amsterdam. I need that phone number, though. Collingswood. Okay. That's them. try the 451564 number. See if that does anything. Three, 7, 5. Nope, nothing. Actually see this. Okay. Okay, so if I'm like correct, let me 1 sec. Yeah. So if I'm correct, there's a non-zero chance that this guy in the middle here is our Wolfgang fellow. Which means he has glasses, which means I don't know if I clicked the right guy in the picture. See the transcript. He wasn't at Annalise and Helmut's wedding. That's what I thought. He wasn't at Annalise and Helmut's wedding, for example. I think he was deeply in love with Annalise and gleaned from some letters that this was, to some extent, mutual. So this is not him. I can't remove it. That's fine. Okay, so let me pull up. I think this might have been. Where's... Employee found dead. Okay. Body of David Fairview. Let's see if I can find anything about a David Fairview. Nope. Okay. Anything about that name in this? No. What did they move him to running? If he was in Ireland, then it would have been the tomatoes. Or the crusty loaf? Could have been the crusty loaf. Oh! Roger was there before. No. Interesting. Got the copper kettle. Is there anything of... No. Damn. First name, however, will have to stay. Please take care. doc's photo. Look at the ship in the picture. Oh. Oh, yeah, I can look up the ship's manifest. Siegfried. Nope, wrong button. Yep. From... Yep, Sevilla to London to Dublin to New Jersey. Intermediary symbols redacted. Extrapolate from pattern. So it stops in Sevilla, then London, then Dublin, until it made it to New Jersey. Anything else from the photo? No? Okay. Do we have a year on this? St. Patrick's assured new identities assigned. DF or GHS. DF! Oh! Oh, Dietrich Faust! Wolfgang Fischer's Dietrich Faust. No? Yep, DFHS. St. Patrick's shirt. Roger Green, Helen Smith, Dietrich Faust. And where did he end up? He is at top. Oh, interesting. Which is in Geneva. P-I-E-T-R-I-C-H is how you spell t-shirt, right? Unless he changed it again, which is like possible, I guess. Geneva hosiery. Nah, I don't think that's gonna do anything for me. Okay, that's actually not helpful at all. I need a picture of him still, though. cousin? It's so odd that it's not letting me do that. I'm gonna take the other hint. We'll see. Review the Dublin Times article. Perhaps the police can help you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Value and Garda Station. That's 658 809 151. Yep, Value and Garda Station. Sergeant Kenny, how can I help? Hello, I'm inquiring about a murder that happened last year in Grange Park. Oh, right, you'll be wanting to turn yourself in, will you? I'm inquiring about the victim, David Fairview. Look, fella, I don't know the case. What I do know is I sure had enough of you's luck calling up about it. The fuck? Us people? You's Yanks. You called last week asking this and that about developments in the case. Well, this is an open investigation, so we ain't got naught to say to you. Indefinable accent this man has. Wherever the call's coming from. Oh, some ditzy girl in New Jersey. You done now? Well, I'd really like to. Oh, piss off. Alright. Yeah, I got that. So they're calling about it. Is it? Is he David Fairview then? Did he die? He's not in Geneva then. He's deceased, but he was in Dublin. That's not him, though, I don't think. I mean, unless the... Where is it? And I'll test it. Nope. Yeah, more than 2 hours. That's what I thought. And here's an optional character hint. Read the first case documentation. Wolfgang runs a new Hoffman business. Pictured. Yeah. Wait, is he running it? I thought it was Helmut. Oh, unless Helmut died. And this is Roger Green. That note said something happened to... When it was dated. It doesn't say. or fewer errors. Okay. Let me go to... Fuck! So it's with helmet. The thought Pickens, it sure does. Stab wound. Is it this guy? That's them, Roger Green, Managing Director. Rose Street Gallery in Amsterdam. I mean, I guess I could call. I don't know how helpful that would be. Right. Like, unless it is this fucking guy. Right. Because it's not... Dennis Febron and David Fairview and Dietrich Faust all have the same initials, and that's infuriating. And Donato Fair. Ah, fuck! I didn't even know. Oh my god! And a bunch of RGs. And GS. God damn it. Shit. Okay. Let me think. So something happened to Helmet. You can handle arrangements, but you need to leave Europe as soon as possible. With new opportunity could provide you cover. The first name, however, will have to stay. Please take care. I wish there was a date on this letter. Alright, this guy found his body. But I think he was working in London, wasn't he? I'm gonna try it. Damn it! Okay. Still no. DFHSRG. So it's one of the DFs. And we know that's Wolfgang Fischer. That's Annalise Hoffman, and that's Helmut Schlosser. I'm gonna get a little hint for Helmut here. Helmet married Annalise. Yeah, I know. George Martinique describes his physique. He's tall. Whatever. Very tall and handsome man, he was vain and cruel, capable of days-long rages. Stories in the archives of him beating up his servants, kicking his dogs. So I've got the picture correct, I think. I'm gonna get another hint. Helmet changed names to the owner of a Hoffman business. Yeah. He was the owner of the Copper Kettle. I can't read. Yeah, David Fairview. Okay, so it's just the location. But it's not London? What? Unless he's fucking... But no. No, he died. Where's the restructuring thing? Did the Copper Kettle go anywhere? No, the Copper Kettle stayed, so that's him. And he died in Dublin. But I guess his location was... Is there a deceased? They're in Collingswood. Where is... Oh, art on me. Yay! Yeah. From Collingswood. Yeah, so that's correct. But that's an American fraudster, unless he's also an escaped Nazi, but I don't think he's old enough for that. And this is recent. He was stabbed to death in 1970. Right? David didn't end up where his business was. Check the Dublin Times article to find out his location. Dead! Body may have been moved after the attack. Like, yeah, Dublin. Did I not already do Dublin? I just don't have the right picture. Fuck it. Yeah, is this him? He's supposedly dead. And that's Bill, whatever. Yeah, nah. This guy. No. I would like to zoom in, but I don't think it will let me. photo next to it. Yeah, I did. I had that though. Like, I still got something wrong. What am I missing? The location? I don't... He was found stabbed to death in Dublin. Like... I mean, I'm just gonna double check that I have the right name. Owner of Copper Kettle. Owner Chelsea's first name is David. Yeah. So he's correct. Annalise Hoffman. Yep, that's them. Is it not Collingswood? Yeah. Yeah. So I should have everything right. Oh, it's Helen Green now. Fuck me. Got married. In my defense, I didn't change my name when I got married. I forgot that was the thing people do. All three took the Siegfried ship from Trieste to London and Dublin, where they took on aliases that allowed them to run diamond businesses without detection. However, it appears that Wolfgang and Annalise started an affair. This led to the death of Helmut Schlosser, most likely at their hands. They were smuggled by Annalise's parents to New Jersey to head up Hoffman's Diamond and Bond. It's not them to run Hoffman businesses, yeah. For them to run Diamond and Bond and Collins, New Jersey. They're married and go by Roger and Helen Green. It's just really forgetting that people change their names. Okay. Alright. A phone call. Hello, is that you again? Another 3 a.m. call? You've done well, Mr. Perlman. I tracked down Elise Hoffman and her new husband. Turned out she iced the last one. Congratulations. You're gonna arrest her? Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Oh boy. So is that it? We're done? Not even close. You're gonna start paying me? I'm covering my own expenses here. My library card is maxed out. Mr. Perlman. Oh, forget it. I can see you guys are as tight as you are tight-lipped. Mr. Perlman, we need you to look into some ex-Nazis based in South America. Argentina, Bolivia, and Paraguay. I already got a guy in Argentina, a dentist. This is different. These men were high-ranking Nazi officers. After their escape from Europe, certain powers chose to make use of them for their skills. Arrest, interrogation, torture. Some now head up secret police departments and go only by aliases. They were promoted, basically. They visit untold misery on their country's people and stifle the spread of democracy. We need to hunt them down. And have them arrested? No, we want to eliminate them. And if I refuse? Saul, you seem to have a nice enough life. Do you really want to find out? Damn. I see. A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Perlman. You can go back to sleep. Your next package arrives tomorrow. Alrighty. 4. The Day of the Cobra. Okay. Oh, it's snowing. Okie dokie. Alright, we got 2. The Cobra and the Viking. Alright. Mr. Perlman, we are searching for 2 individuals. The Cobra, the secretive leader of the Chilean secret police, and the Viking, his key lieutenant. We need their real names from before the war, not who they are now. We have surveillance photos from 4 locations. Valle de Molle, Pietraloma, Porto Coeleco, and Santa Corvina. Unfortunately, the photos are poorly labeled. However, we believe the Cobra and the Viking appear in these images. Additional intelligence. The Cobra operates several local businesses in addition to his official duties. He's reportedly very hands-on, personally overseeing every detail of these operations. This may help identify him. Best of luck. Okay. This is... Okay. So this is either Santa Corvina or Pietraloma. I don't know. This guy's got a fucked up leg. Alright. Okay. Interesting. So that phone number ends in 175169. I don't know if that's actually going to be helpful, but hey. This guy's got like neck tattoos. It looks like a snake. Okay. That is not a lot to go on. Okay. Operating several local businesses. He's very hands-on. You know, I didn't check to see if there was anything on the other side of these. Nope. Guy with an eye patch. Okay, let's find the business names and see if I can call them. This is La Vie and something. La Vida Cantada. Okay. 2, 3, 4. 154. 879. finest wines in Chile. Juan speaking. How can I help? Tell me more about your story. We're a family-run wine shop nestled in the Valle de Maye. That's an area in Chile famous for its vineyards. You sound American. Have you visited? I have not. Our town is tiny. 2 stores. One run by me, one by my cousin. Only 500 people live here because it is so remote. However, we are proud to stock wines from all the key vineyards. Tell me about the area. It is a truly stunning valley in which nest some of the most renowned vineyards in all of Chile. You know, very recently a famous travel writer wrote about us for his newspaper. Oh, yes? We sent him around the Norwegian's vineyard. The one with all the feral roosters and cockerels. Lovely man, very drunk. Sounds like a dream. Norwegian? Sounds Viking? I don't know what happened to my voice there, Jesus Christ. I'll send you a photo I took of him. Are there any less desirable aspects of the town? Like many towns, we are blighted by the presence of the secret police. In this case, outside the store, which seems the de facto headquarters. You've had run-ins with them? I've been fortunate enough to avoid their days. However, my cousin, who runs the grocery store, was a student activist before the coup. He was not so lucky. He still bears the scars. I'm sorry to hear that. You should talk to him. He's the only other shop in town. You're close with your cousin? You know, we share an area code, but otherwise, we are very different people. Many thanks. I'll call again if I need you. You're more than welcome. Okay. Okay. Alright. Let me... Oh. Stuff on the back. Dear Juan, killed it, cooked it, got the name for the article. Thanks for setting me up with a visit. Best be you. Okay. Famous travel writer wrote about us for his newspaper. We sent him around the Norwegian's vineyard, the one with all the feral roosters and cockerels. Lovely man, very drunk. So this is the travel writer, and his initials are BU. Okay. So that means... I want to say this guy's the Viking because he's calling him the Norwegian. There's a rooster. Is that the cousin, maybe? Yeah, it looks like he's missing a leg, actually. Santa Corvina fish on their shirt, so that means this is Santa Corvina. Okay. I want to say this guy's the Viking. Calling him Norwegian. That's in and if that's the Cobra. Santa Corvina. Oh, and that's Pedro Loma with the little mountain. Corvina Football Club. 242 155 786. Nothing. Alright. No Pietroloma. Okay. Is Via del Sol Market maybe the other shop in town? Nope. I mean, it might be, or he's just not picking up his phone. Okay. I would like to talk to him, but I have to find him first. Secret police is used outside the store, which seems de facto headquarters. Runs the grocery store. Student activist before the coup. I imagine that's the cousin. Incorrect. No. Yeah. Let me go for a hint. You may want to call Juan's cousin. They share the same area code. Yeah. Okay. 234. Okay. quesos. There we go. Alright, quesos del Valle, David speaking. Hello, my name is Perlman. I just spoke to your cousin at the wine store. Yes, how can I help? Your cousin mentioned you had some trouble with security services. I did, but I don't think I should talk about it. David, I'm investigating the Cobra. We want to catch him. You are? You know, I've met him. You've met him? I write for Liberación Nacional, the socialist newspaper. We look into governmental corruption. We also write about important arts and cultural events to keep our readers up to date. You were arrested? I was walking to my house when I was picked up and put into a large van. What kind of van? White, very cold, maybe a butcher's truck or something? Like that? Perhaps one of the fish vans from Santa Corvina that deliver the catch to local restaurants. Yep. What happened then? I was taken to a large brick building. I couldn't see much, but it stank of fish guts, so it may have been a tinning factory. You were taken for interrogation? Yes, I was put in a chair. 2 guards asked me questions, first calmly, then applying blows. Every so often, they would stop and speak quietly to a 3rd man. The Cobra? I believe so. He was obviously very senior. He was at a desk just writing. I couldn't get a clear look at him, but I had my pinhole camera and managed to get a photo. I can see that? You can, though it's far from perfect. I only heard him say one thing. Take the van back to the factory and remind me to give Chiquita his bonus. I assumed this was for one of his informants, the rat. The strangest thing was that they did not seem concerned with asking about our work on corruption. Mostly, they seemed interested in a small article about the Norwegian Arts Expo. Why do you think? They were very angry. They kept saying, "Do you know what you've done?" Did you? I did not. One of them, a short brute of a man, stepped forward. He was shouting, holding the printed article. He said, "You mean to betray the Cobra? You know his name." In an article about Norwegian culture. I was completely bemused. I asked them how, and frankly, I should have saved my breath. They started beating me very hard. I thought I was gonna die. How come they let you go? Honestly, it was my level of confusion. In the end, the man at the desk whispered a few words, and I was thrown back into a van and deposited on the same corner they picked me up from. Tell me about your store. We're just a humble grocery store. We sell cheese, vegetables, local pork, food grown in the region. How long have you been running it? I took it over from my father and mother 4 years ago. That's all for now. Many thanks. I'll call you again if I need you. Goodbye. Alright. New evidence. Pinhole camera of this guy. He needs taller socks, but he's got suspenders on. Let's see, which of these fellas is wearing suspenders? It's none of them. Cool. Okay. These the sneakers. Those are Oxfords. Unless those are Oxford, then I'm stupid. That's definitely a possibility, actually. Something ending in 175169. Let me look through my Rolodex for that. No. I'm not being very entertaining right now. I'm trying to read numbers. Okay, yeah. No, it's not in my thing. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Fish fans from Santa Corvina that deliver the catch at local restaurants. Okay. Remind me to give Chiquita his bonus. Short brute of a man. You mean to betray the cobra, you know his name. So the cobra is the Norwegian. I'm gonna need another hint. Turn over the picture of the vineyard. I did. What in the picture can be killed and caught? The rooster? Look up rooster with the search tool. Ah. Oh my god, that's really long, dude. Okay. I was led through the vineyards of the Perdido region, Chile, by a most unusual guide. He was a heavy-set man with an eye patch and air of both deep melancholy and occasional eruptive anger. He could have been a Viking Norseman dressed in an ill-fitting summer suit. He ran his vineyard with near military precision. We paused our tour to conduct a brief personal conversation with a serious-looking man who was tailed by his melancholic son. I asked him what it was about. He looked at me with a glint in his eye. I believe that my friend Patrice is sending a guest my way this evening, a certain Jorge. I meant to show him true Chilean hospitality. Alright, so this guy is the Cobra, not the Viking. Notebook. He was, in truth, very sad. He had just been to the funeral of a dear friend earlier that day. David was a brilliant artist. We go back years. Fell in love with a girl once. Champion skier who married a terrible man. Never got over it. It was a beautiful service. Tiny church with its back to the mountains. Wonderful. He spoke fondly of his dear sister, a composer who no longer speaks to him. She lost her husband, a doctor, in the war, and blames me. When asked why, he turned his great sad eyes to bear down on me. You remember my friend, the one I mentioned. We were schoolboys together, like brothers. One day, he told me he found a way to make some money, a simple task. He convinced me to help him. I didn't know it would lead to. He slammed a fist down on the table, startling me, but after a moment, he only shook his head and took a gulp of wine. My sister always disapproved of my association with him and his NUF buddies, but I made sure she never knew any of the details of the work I did for him. Not until 5 years ago. She visited the vineyard and I had a few too many glasses. I told her everything, going back to the beginning. She hasn't spoken to me since. He let out a heavy sigh, slumping back in his seat. After she went home, she wrote a piece of music dedicated to me. I guess I should be satisfied with that. He then began to sing softly to himself and, before long, drifted into a heavy, fitful sleep. Yeah, Bruce Unwin, Footsteps in the South. Okay. Alright. Okay. Eye patch and air, both deep melancholy and occasional eruptive anger. So that's our Cobra. Which means the other guy is the Viking. Actually, I'm gonna pin that. Liberation, not revolution. There we go. Norwegian art set to arrive in Santiago. Okay. Musical program spans both classical and contemporary works, featuring pieces such as The Ice Harp by Lean, Concerto for Casper by Hansen Oberg, and The Haunting Songs from the Fjord by Eikeland. Also included is the minimalist suite Three Still Winters by Nygaard, performed by a mixed ensemble of Norwegian and Chilean musicians. 4 pieces are considered examples. The week-long celebration is part of an ongoing cultural exchange supported by the Norwegian Ministry of Culture and the Municipality of Santiago, aiming to deepen artistic connections between Norway and Latin America. It also commemorates the 30th anniversary of the Tromsø Bridge Massacre, in which 250 Norwegian resistance fighters were routed by Nazi forces. Fires break out. Investigations continue with large blazes in Yamatambo and Quiru. Last month, witnesses say the blazes erupted overnight, destroying several public buildings. Unconfirmed reports suggest mercenary Chilean forces may have set fire to voting booths on the eve of the national election, amid fears of a major defeat at the polls. This is a developing story. Okay. Musical program spans both classical and contemporary works. Okay, so the names we have are Leon, for Casper by Hansen Oberg. Hang on, Casper Hansen Oberg. If that's the brother. Songs from the Fjord by Eikeland and the Minimalist Suite 3 Still Winters. Okay. Short a piece of music dedicated to me. I guess I should be satisfied with that. Alright. So forename. And it's fuck. And he is in okay. Unless he's actually the Viking and I'm wrong, that I might have flipped it. Who knows? So this is talking about David Fairview. Champion skier married a terrible man. That's Annalise. Hands-on, personally overseeing. Okay. Patrice is sending a guest my way this evening. I'm gonna complete all evidence. Oh. Photos, documents. Someone is reading something. Yeah, it's Condor, I think. Tromsø Bridge. Well. Chile's Scandinavian population remembers horrors of war. The director of the South American Scandinavian Cultural Alliance led a solemn remembrance ceremony yesterday honoring those killed in the Tromsø Bridge massacre of 1941. The event marked the anniversary of a failed resistance operation during the Nazi occupation of Norway. On March 11, 1941, local fighters planned to sabotage a bridge east of Tromsø near Södermoen along the Bardu River. Before the attack could be carried out, their position was ambushed by a German panzer division. It is widely believed that the mission was compromised by a single act of betrayal, though the identity of the informant was never formally confirmed. Among the fallen was Andreas Oberg, a noted surgeon and husband of Celia Hansen Oberg, who gave a reading at the service. This was an act of bravery, rebellion, and patriotism, Hansen Oberg said. It was undone by the cowardice of one person, setting back Norway's resistance and costing the lives of family members, brothers, and husbands. We can never forget. The service concluded with prayers and a candlelighting ceremony held at La Catedral del Espiritu Andino. Okay. Celia Hansen Oberg, then, is the sister of Viking. Or the Condor. Not the Condor, the Cobra. Fuck! This is the Condor! This is Andreas, noted surgeon and husband. money I didn't know it would lead to. Okay. Okay. What else am I missing? Van with the fishes. There's a number on the van that also needs an area code. Yeah, I tried. Find the area code for the Santa Clarita. Fuck. Yeah. Two 4-2. Alright, this is the answer machine for the Pesquera Tinning Company. We are currently closed. If you're seeking records, all documents are not publicly available. Please call back later. Alright, so it's Pesquera Tinning Company. Effective immediately, all employees are reminded that tattoos and long hair are strictly prohibited on the factory floor. These standards are non-negotiable and are to be observed at all times during working hours. In addition, smoking anywhere on company property is expressly forbidden. Any violation of this policy will result in disciplinary action, including deductions from wages at the discretion of management. The director has made it clear that such behaviors are entirely unacceptable and will not be tolerated under any circumstances, as they reflect poorly on the standards of our organization. He emphasizes these are values he upholds himself as a good example to all. Lastly, all factory personnel are required to be present at the stadium this Friday to support the owner's team in their match against local rivals. Participation and cheering for Chiquita is mandatory. Okay. I think I have this flipped. Casper. Hanson. Okay. Trees. Okay. So no facial hair, no smoking. Those are probably the cousins. And no long hair, no tattoos. This guy's got a cigar, so we know he's got to be the Viking rather than the Cobra. Okay. What else am I missing? What about it? Oh. Where's the other one? Not transcripts, evidence. Here we go. The version that she knows. Okay. Right. Search for Casper. Yeah. Okay. It's got that. mentioned. Yeah. Skilled. Oh god, okay. Once dismissed as a novelty, particularly by the serialists of the Darmstadt school, Skuld has gained quiet admiration in recent years, especially among South American composers. A form of musical cryptography, Skuld assigns notes to letters, allowing composers to embed hidden messages within melodic motifs. The challenge lies in crafting phrases that are both musically engaging and textually meaningful. To increase legibility, letters are mapped by frequency of use in the alphabet. The technique is believed to originate with Norwegian resistance groups in the early 40s, who used concert programs to pass covert messages, sometimes detailing ammunition drops or attack plans without alerting occupying German forces. Today, South American composers have adapted the method as a tool of subtle resistance under authoritarian regimes. Okay. Let me then grab the Cherto for Casper. And that. Alright. What do we got? E. I. N. A. R. S. T. O. R. M. E. R. Einar Stormer. That sounds like a name. Okay, it's annoying because I know what the names of the notes should be, but that. Okay. T. R. O. M. S. O. So. T. R. I think I know what this is gonna spell. Yep. D-O-R. Yep. Einar Stormer Tromso Trader. Gonna check. 2 or fewer errors. Okay. I might not have the right picture for the Cobra. View the factory letter and interrogation photo. Cobra does not smoke. He has short hair and no tattoos. He's left-handed and able-bodied. I didn't even notice the left-handed, but yeah. Huh. Cobra is sitting in the photo with the fish fan. He's reading a paper. Yeah, okay, so I'm right. Einar Stormer, buddy. Unless it's Casper. Like. I might have them switched. Or have the places wrong. Maybe you can check for Casper and Skuld. Cobra's first name's Einar. Okay, no, so I'm right. It's definitely just the place I have is wrong. So the fish factory is... Where is it? He owns the team, which is Santa Corvina. Okay. shot. Ah. Let me see. Okay. Now. Yes, okay. Woo! Okay, found the Cobra and the Viking. Both are native Norwegians, who in their youth were involved in perpetrating the Tromsø massacre. The Viking is Casper Hansen, the brother of Celia Hansen Oberg, the renowned composer. He lives on his vineyard in Perdido, Chile. He sold out the resistance to the Nazis through his childhood friend. That childhood friend was Einar Stormer, who later became the Cobra. This was known to Celia Hansen Oberg, who put his name into a cryptic piece of music. The Cobra lives in Santa Corvina, where he runs a fish tanning factory and owns the local soccer team. All right. A new case, or whatever. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it for the night. I still haven't eaten dinner, so I should do that. So I'm assuming it's gonna save, but I'm gonna call it a day just in case, like, this is where it saves. Five will be the case of the sunburnt Nazi. Many such cases, probably. Okay. Alrighty. So, let me switch over to... Okay, hang on. Turn that sound off. It's my ending. Okay. Someday, that'll be a really smooth transition, and it'll be really, really cool, and everyone's gonna go, whoa! But today is not that day. So like I said, I'm gonna call it here for tonight. I'm gonna pick this back up next Monday. Because I was having a lot of fun with it. Friday, I've decided that I'm not gonna be streaming Dragon Age after all, because I'm too invested in the plot to be entertaining while I'm playing it. So instead, I'm gonna play Fallout New Vegas. I think that's what's next up on the docket for the longer Friday stream. So, that was really loud. So with that said, I hope folks have a good night. Thank you for watching me mutter to myself and take notes on a piece of paper you can't see. Yeah. Have a good evening. I'm gonna go eat some Taco Bell.